Now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Dan Hagan. 5 bodies were found in a Duluth, Minnesota home today. The bodies were found in an East Hillside neighborhood home following a police standoff. Officers were initially called to the residence in regards for a welfare check, and police say the suspect had access to weapons. When police arrived, that's when they found the bodies.
Earlier today, there was an unimaginable tragedy that struck our community. One that really is very, very difficult for us, that is makes us have heavy hearts.
Officials did not immediately say how the people died or how they were connected. However, they did state that there is no longer a threat to the public. A 21-year-old Milwaukee man is accused of speeding and crashing a car on an interstate, then was caught on camera running from the accident scene, abandoning his 4-year-old son. The footage starts with the car upside down on I-43 and a police car close by with its lights on. A man and child can be seen walking to the police car, but as the officer puts the child in the back seat, the man makes a run for it. Ladarius Davis Hughes jumps over 2 median walls and runs across the busy highway. There it is right there, narrowly missing some oncoming traffic right here. Davis Hughes was later found and taken into custody. The boy was turned over to his mother. If you're wondering why Davis Hughes ran, well, police found a loaded AK-47 style rifle in the back of his car. Meteorologist Conrad Supinski joins us now. Conrad, we had some big flakes out there earlier.
Yes, we have. So that rain started mixing with a little bit of snow, and then it started to cool the temperatures down this little pocket right over here, just to the north of us, right around the Rhinelander area. So then it transitioned the rain into some plain old snow, and we had a really thick dendrite growth zone. That's where the snow starts to grow, and that is why we had all those thicker flakes start to fall down. But all that precipitation will be moving on out in the next couple of hours. So we were pretty mild out there today, still below average, but overall pretty much 40s and some 50s to the south, as Green Bay came in at 56, Wisconsin Rapids at 50, Eau Claire at 54. Out here, just some mid-40s out there, and temperatures have really cooled off out there right now, pretty much near the freezing mark or slightly above, with that snow that fell and really cooled that air down out there. But tonight, temperatures will continue to be around the 30s. Dan?
Well, we saw some snow tonight. Warmer weather is on its way, which means tick season is here. Ticks are small, blood-sucking bugs. They move quickly across the body, and they prefer areas that are warm and moist, most commonly in the armpits, groin, or scalp.
They like the cooler weather, so as soon as there's open grass, the ticks are out.
Ticks can transmit Lyme disease to humans or pets. This disease has many symptoms, including fever, chills, and fatigue. It's important to get your pets checked regularly for ticks.
Some dogs come in and aren't showing any symptoms at all and test really positive, and then I have dogs that can't even walk when they get here.
Check yourself, your children, and your pets daily for ticks and carefully remove them. Consult a medical professional if you develop flu-like symptoms after a tick bite. Crandon schools are dealing with a malfunctioning emergency lockdown alarm system, causing frequent accidental alarms over the past 2 days. It's gotten so bad, school is canceled tomorrow. In an email sent to parents, school administration said no one was in danger despite these alarms going off. District staff do not know why the alarm is going off at random. They've made the decision to cancel school tomorrow in order to work on the system and avoid any further disruptions. School is expected to return to normal on Friday. For the first time in Wisconsin history, a state Senate committee held a hearing about softening the state's marijuana laws. The bill being discussed would make medical marijuana legal. One of the bill's main proponents is Northwood State Senator Mary Felskowski. Many supporters of marijuana spoke at the hearing, including about how medical marijuana could be an alternative treatment to opioids for children so they don't develop an early dependency.
Senate Bill 1034 would allow Wisconsin children access to the same forms of medical cannabis that are available to children in the other 37 regulated states here in the U.S. Although this bill does not meet the same level of freedom other states may currently experience, it is a step in the right direction and one that Wisconsin residents desperately need.
Polls have consistently shown broad support for both medical and recreational marijuana legalization in Wisconsin, but Republicans who have had full control of the legislature since 2011 have repeatedly blocked any efforts to loosen the law. If this bill becomes law, smoking medical marijuana would still not be allowed. Habitat for Humanity of Langlade County announced a new Habitat Home Build project in Antigo. The group is currently seeking homeowner applicants as well as volunteers to complete the project. Applications are being accepted now through May 13th. The family would own the lot and the 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. Those interested must be a resident of Langlade County for 1 year and be without access to good housing. Find out more information at langladehabitat.org. Rhinelander is home to many events throughout the summer. The pandemic postponed a lot of those events, but they should be coming back. That's according to the Rhinelander Area Chamber of Commerce. It includes Hodag Heritage Days, which was able to happen last year. Hodag Heritage Days is a way for both locals and visitors to celebrate the legend of the Hodag.
We started it last year because a lot of community members just wanted to celebrate the history of the Hodag and the heritage and the legend and lore behind it. And so basically we started giving the people what they wanted. We had to kind of postpone the first one because of the pandemic, and last year it came off with a great success.
Hodag Heritage Days will run the week of May 16th through the 21st. There will be a week's worth of activities and finally a ceremony at Pioneer Park on that Saturday. Another event actually started because of the pandemic. That's the Chamber's pop-up series. The first Friday of every month, the Chamber hosts local vendors in its parking lot to support local creators.
It actually came from the pandemic because a lot of the craft vendors didn't have an outlet for their craft. We didn't have craft fairs during that time, and so we said, well, let's let them set up outside in the parking lot and see how it goes, and people just loved it. So we have just kept going.
The Chamber's pop-up series begins in June. Another event returning is the Project North Festival this September, which promotes music, art, and sustainability. A holiday that you may or may not have heard of is May Day. It's not celebrated as much as Easter, but a local library is using the day to spread some spring smiles. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has more.
To Kathy Ulrich, May Day is something that should be celebrated.
Growing up, my grandparents celebrated May Day, where you would get, it's kind of like Easter, but for spring, you get some treats in a basket, celebrating the 1st of May.
May Day is a traditional holiday celebrated on May 1st. The Rhinelander District Library is celebrating May Day by doing crafts.
We are creating a community engagement project, so we're doing May Day. It's a tradition that a lot of our older folks in our community will be familiar with. So they're creating paper flowers to fill paper cones that we're going to deliver next week.
Brooke Palabicki from Headwaters Incorporated came to help.
I'm here doing crafts for the elderly. I like doing it for people.
Each participant knew while they were making the flower baskets that they're going somewhere special.
They're going to the elderly for May Day, right? Yes, to make them smile and make them happy.
The library also delivered handmade crafts to residents for Valentine's Day, and it was a big success. 579 Valentines made their way to local senior facilities. Ulrich hopes to do that again.
I think it's good to bring spring color, but also to let these members know that we're thinking of them and give them something to brighten their day.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Rhinelander, I'm Morgan Johnson.
If you want to make May Day baskets, you can join the last workshop this Friday from 3:30 to 5 p.m. at the Rhinelander District Library. The library plans to deliver the May Day baskets to area senior care facilities at the end of next week. As snow melts this spring, what's been lying underneath will be revealed. And for road maintenance workers, that means a lot of broken signs in need of repair. We'll have that story right after Weather with Conrad, right here on Newswatch 12.
It's easy to stick with what you know. But real progress starts with doing something different. Different isn't afraid to stand out. Different doesn't back down from an uphill battle. Different never stops pushing the limit of what's possible. Different is the beating heart of innovation. The Pro Series by Cub Cadet. Built different.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. Seal coating and blacktopping residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
Lance Truck. We got the trucks at Lance Truck.
Nobody has more used trucks all on one lot, all priced to move. So when you're ready to buy your next truck, know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move.
We got the trucks at Lance Truck.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So we had some rain and snow showers earlier. Transitioned from some rain, then a mixture of rain and snow. Then it was some plain old snow for a couple hours, and it really came down pretty heavily as our dendrite growth zone was really big out there. So that's why we had those thicker flakes out there in that little pocket of colder air that started to develop. And that is why we actually transitioned to some snow showers earlier. Now it's mixing with rain out there. Some locations, just some plain old rain still right now. But all of the precipitation will be moving on out in the next couple of hours. So not much is left with this one. We had some warmer temperatures earlier today. Pretty much 40s and even some 50s to the south. Look at Green Bay coming in at 56 degrees, 50 in Wisconsin Rapids, even 54 in Eau Claire. So warmer temperatures to the south. Here around Rhineland, around the mid-40s in most locations, but we really have cooled off out there as that pocket of snow, which is located right here, and it was really coming down earlier tonight, really dropped those temperatures out there closer to the freezing mark. So some locations are slightly above freezing, so we won't be going down from here. We will actually start to rise in temperatures as that precipitation starts to really move on out of here. But we're still below average, as our average high this time of year is supposed to be around 55 degrees, believe it or not. We have been nowhere near that with a low of 31 degrees, but temperatures will start to rise, especially by this weekend. We'll finally be above average, and finally those 60s are back in the forecast Saturday into the Sunday time frame. And then the rain and some thunderstorms move on out, and a cold front comes by, and then it really drops those temperatures back into the 30s and 40s as highs for beginning of next week. Winds not the big issue right now, as they are blowing pretty much from the south or southeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour in some locations. Green Bay's coming in with some gusty winds at 16, and Iron Mountain closer to 10 miles per hour, but they will start to dissipate, but then once again start to get on the gusty side by tomorrow morning time frame. Most locations will be gusting to near 30, even 35 miles per hour, but then the winds start to dissipate once again when some sun starts to move on in. But temperatures tonight closer to the freezing mark, so our low temperature is the temperature we have out there right now at around 33 degrees. So we'll be hovering around the mid-30s out there with that rain and snow that will be moving on out in the next couple of hours. Tomorrow, another nice day out there with temperatures around 51 degrees. That sun peeking out with some gusty winds out there. But our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show warmer temperatures by the weekend, even closer to 70 with some rain and thunderstorms, and then starts to cool back off by beginning of next week. Dan?
The FDA is warning parents against relying on the results of non-invasive genetic prenatal screening tests. These products use sample blood from a pregnant person to look for abnormalities in a fetus's chromosomes. But the FDA says the tests are not always reliable and could have false results. So blood sample tests should not be used to make conclusions about a fetus's health, but just be one data point to consider. Tesla has blown away Wall Street's forecast for the first quarter of 2022. The automaker posted record profits, earning an adjusted income of $3.7 billion. That's about $1 billion above what analysts predicted. Still, the company says its factories aren't running at full capacity and will likely stay that way for the rest of the year because of lingering supply chain issues from the pandemic. As the snow thaws outside, winter damage from last year is being uncovered on county and state roads. Workers are out fixing damaged signs from this most recent winter season. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver reports.
There are certain types of signs that get hit more often. Those will be around intersections, around turn lanes.
Throughout the winter, swerving cars and snowplows can damage road signs. It's up to road maintenance workers to fix them. Kelly Blom with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation says some damaged signs have priority over others.
It's really important to know what kind of sign. If it's a stop or yield sign, it needs to be replaced whether it's at midnight or Christmas Day or whatever. It needs to be back up and standing.
Blom says it's a waiting game before some signs can be replaced. The ground must thaw first.
Now, all of that replacement of signs or repair of signs really is contingent upon can we get to the ground. If it's in a snow pile, obviously we have a lot of problems getting the post replaced. So maybe we will put up a temporary fix.
Blom's North Central region covers 17 counties in Wisconsin. Oneida County alone has about 80 signs in need of replacement after this past winter. This means she and her team will be busy as the temperatures warm. And safety is her number one priority.
Watch for yellow flashing lights for the warning that the crews are out there, the trucks are out there, and give them plenty of room. Slow down as you pass them.
If you see a sign in need of attention, you can contact law enforcement, the county, or the DOT to get it fixed.
We really do appreciate having the public be eyes on the road for us. We cannot be everywhere at every time.
Reporting in Rhinelander, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
A Trump-era border policy is expected to be removed next month. Coming up on Newswatch 12, we'll learn what this could mean for the budget of U.S.-Mexico border agencies.
Job Watch is brought to you by Ripco Credit Union.
I want the whole world. I want to lock it all up in my pocket.
I want today.
I want tomorrow. Presents and prizes and sweets and surprises
of all shapes and sizes.
I want it now.
T-Mobile for Business has 5G that's ready right now.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV. Because custom orders receive priority. You'll get an extra 1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 41 combined MPG in an Escape Hybrid? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it. In a Ford, built your way. Order your 2022 Escape, Edge, or Explorer to lock in the special Flex Buy offer and get 1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
Coming up on your Thursday, we'll talk with the owner of Northwood Zipline to preview the upcoming season.
After some rain on Wednesday, things drying out for Thursday and Friday. Even a warm-up on the way. How warm could it get? More when you tune in on your Thursday.
U.S. border agencies could face a budget shortfall of hundreds of millions of dollars if a COVID border restriction called Title 42 is lifted next month. The order went into effect in March of 2020 to slow the spread of COVID-19. It has enabled American authorities to turn back most migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. If it ends as planned on May 23rd, a surge of migrants at the border is expected, and internal predictions suggest some operations for border protection could be completely out of funds by as early as July because of that surge. Republicans and some Democrats are calling on the Biden administration to delay the removal of Title 42. To the war in Ukraine now, Russia continues to pound targets throughout the country, including the eastern Donbas region, and focusing today on the southern Mariupol port city, where Ukrainians appear to be making a last stand. NBC's Susan McGinnis has the latest.
As Russia continues its bloody assault on eastern Ukraine, the besieged southern city of Mariupol, a symbol of Ukraine's resistance, sits on the brink of falling. Clear evidence, U.S. officials say, of Vladimir Putin's war crimes.
He does not care about human life. He is turning Ukraine into rubble, and he is turning Russia into a prison.
Ukrainian forces, outnumbered and holed up with hundreds of civilians in an old steel plant, plead for Western help.
Brave Ukrainians deserve nothing less than every tool, every weapon they need to win this war for Ukraine to be whole and free.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken today conceding we have yet to see the extent of the devastation in Mariupol.
We're going to see far worse, if that's possible to imagine.
The U.S. today imposing a new round of sanctions against Russia, targeting a Russian bank and visa restrictions on hundreds of Russians believed to be involved in human rights abuses. President Biden meeting today with top military leaders.
Weapons and ammunition are flowing in daily, and we're seeing just how vital our alliances and partnerships are around the world.
And readying another aid package, including heavy artillery. Help Ukraine badly needs, it says, to stave off the kind of atrocities seen in Bucha. An outcome yet to be determined as Ukrainians fight on to save their country. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
Mastery of something usually takes years or decades even, but one master of jiu-jitsu hasn't even been alive a decade. Coming up on Newswatch 12, we'll meet this martial arts master.
Some numbers are inspiring, some playful, some worth celebrating. After an accident, there's one critical number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Habish and Rotier's numbers really add up, with over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. No other personal injury law firm is better suited to get the amount that's right for you.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. It's got, you know what? Skip this video. Go see one at your local Ford dealer.
Get here to know F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for yourself. Then get one your way with a custom order that receives priority, plus an extra $1,000 bonus cash and incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery, all on a Ford, built for you, by you. Order your 2022 F-150 to lock in a great offer, plus get an extra $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Keep your home's exterior beautifully protected with 11% off everything at Menards. Cedar Creek Vinyl Siding is low maintenance and comes in 16 colors, ready to install. Get 11% off all Cedar Creek Vinyl Siding. Revive and restore your roof with Sealbest White Elastomeric Roof Coatings. The reflective coatings lower interior temperatures and improve energy savings up to 35%. All Sealbest coatings are 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Saturday, April 30th, the Wisconsin Department of Justice will be holding a free prescription drug take-back event. If you have unused or unwanted medications, ointments, patches, non-aerosol sprays, inhalers, vials, or pet medication, clean out your cabinets. Don't let your old medication fall into the wrong hands by disposing of unused or unwanted medications properly. For more information on locations and accepted items, go to doseofrealitywi.gov. This information is brought to you by the Human Service Center of Forest, Vilas, and Oneida County.
In late October of 2021, I got COVID, and I was pretty sure that I was at the end of my rope.
I knew we were in trouble when we decided to bring in our attorney to start having Joel sign end-of-life documents, business documents.
My last try was an experimental medication. She put me on the Aviptadil, and that next morning when I woke up, I was a new man.
Because of Ron Johnson's right to try bill, I have my husband today.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Some numbers are inspiring, some playful, some worth celebrating. After an accident, there's one critical number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Habish and Rotier's numbers really add up. With over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. No other personal injury law firm is better suited to get the amount that's right for you.
Raptor Education Group in Antigo is caring for 7 orphaned baby owls right now, and they couldn't do it without a foster parent owl. The Raptor Education Group, or Reggie, took in a handful of parentless owlets after some recent windstorms. But a problem for Reggie is they can't raise the baby owls by themselves because they would imprint onto humans, making them not viable for the wild. Thankfully, Reggie has a longtime foster dad. He's a great horned owl and has been at Reggie for 20 years. He was hit by a car and is just too hurt to ever return to the wild. Thankfully, he still has a purpose, teaching and nurturing orphaned owlets. One of the top martial artists in her sport weighs in at just 64 pounds. A 9-year-old Rhode Island girl is turning heads around the country for her early mastery of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Jennifer Egan has her amazing story.
Put this foot on the leg, drop down.
Sufina Grajo practices takedowns for her next Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. At 64 pounds, she may not look too intimidating, but when you watch her fight, combate, you can see how she is ranked among the best in the world.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm number 15, 18 years and under in the whole world.
Sufina started learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 2 years ago and quickly racked up win after win after win against girls and boys.
She really does really well. I think in the last tournament, she won all of her matches.
Now 9, Sufina, who is from Cumberland, Rhode Island, and practices at Brazilian top team in Taunton, has her sights set on an international competition in Florida this July.
I'm really excited for that because last time I got 3rd place, then the last time I got 2nd place, now I'm trying to go for gold.
She's very athletic, and she's very you teach a position and she really want to learn.
So you go down?
Sufina says she got into this sport so she could defend herself against bullies as she gets older. Now she wants to be #1 in the world.
I learned that I can be really strong and skillful, and I just feel so good doing it.
In Taunton, Jennifer Egan, WCVB News Center 5.
Research shows that adding menthol actually makes tobacco more addictive, and this is a real issue. Tobacco companies have been targeting low-income neighborhoods and racial and ethnic groups for decades. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
Need a new boat or outboard? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports and Suzuki Outboards, because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we can help get you top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with Suzuki Outboards and American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
Stop by your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer, Foreman's Farm Home, today.
Find your next car at Bruns & Sons Auto in Plover. With over 100 vehicles in stock, Bruns & Sons Auto has the biggest selection of used vehicles in Portage County. With a super friendly staff, most deals are done within an hour. Winter is here, so get your car ready for the cold at Bruns & Sons Auto, featuring a full service department with techs on hand to get you on the move. Visit Bruns & Sons Auto today. We would love to earn your business.
Every living creature on Earth needs Mother Nature's water for survival. From the family pet, whether it's the dog, our fish in a fish tank, to the precious little munchkins running around, for 7 decades, Maher Water Corporation has been supplying and treating this water for the entire family with products made here in Wisconsin by Water Care. So call us today for the cleanest, safest water around.
Our kids have to navigate a world that is crowded with flashy tobacco products and manipulative tactics most parents don't know anything about. Tobacco companies are working hard to keep young people hooked and parents out of the loop. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
Westside Market Discount Store is a veteran-owned shop with a wide variety of items and a great selection of gluten-free products. Westside Market, find them on Facebook.
All right, Conrad, dollar coin size snow coming down here at the station in Rhinelander, and I took some calls from folks in Phelps and Tomahawk. They were seeing the exact same thing. I have never seen snow come down in such big clumps, Conrad.
Yes, yeah. So we had some rain earlier, and then it started transitioning to some snow mix, and then we had a thick dendrite growth zone, and that's why all those flakes are really thick out there. Temperatures just slightly above freezing, and that's why we had around an inch of snow. Some locations came in just a slight bit over an inch, but look at the warm-up by the weekend, finally in the 60s.
It's about time for that.
Yes, it is April. So
thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show is up next.